I'm Reverend Spaceman.
I'm Jordan.
That is your name.
Don't wear it out.
Is that a thing you can do? I don't know. I've never tried to wear someone's name out.
Hey, there's a first time for everything.
There's probably a joke about sex in there somewhere, but this is the toy aisle.
Toy aisle. Toy aisle.
So we talk about toys if this is your first episode, and if it is, listen to the other one. Give us that ad revenue because I think
It helps us. Either way, it helps us.
Yeah, it helps our self-esteem.
Yeah.
Really.
But yeah, thank you all for listening. If it is your first time, welcome to the Toy Aisle.
And I apologize in advance.
Yeah. Disclaimer. And if you are a returning member, welcome back to the Toy Aisle.
And I apologize in retrospect.
We don't know why, but thank you for your obedience.
Yeah, I hope you
and
enjoy
listening to us and your... Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you haven't listened to Out of the Loop yet, please do.
That's the thing we do with Dave.
Yeah.
It's something. It's on here.
He's the star of every podcast he's on, but he really is just...
He really is?
He really is the main guy in that one.
Yeah, really. Even though he doesn't talk
He
much.
always... Yeah, he's the...
It revolves around
silent
him.
but deadly.
Yeah.
Silent but Davely, but... Yeah. Check that out on the Reverend Spaceman's channel. We may be getting on Podbean or iTunes soon in the future, so...
Something to that effect.
Keep a close watch on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a fun little eventful couple of shows we've been revolving around recently.
Yep.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Rev. But alright, let's
You're a legend.
let's see what we got here for today.
Yeah, our today,
What has entered the toy aisle
today's
today?
Spotlight. We used to call this segment recent purchases, but it's just kind of whatever we want to talk about. In this case, it is
recent purchases, so
you've got quite a bit here. I'll let you.
Yeah, we'll give the quick little rundown because we've got a fun little. Yeah, we got more of a rev topic today that I want to get to.
I'm taking over my own show.
Yeah, I'm just here to keep things afloat, I guess. But
that's what you're doing out of the loop.
So if you listen to the last episode, I discussed my recent trip, thanks to the great supporters of Patreon for Toy Aisle, to my trip to Star Wars Celebration, and as you can imagine, picked up a whole lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. It
was
a beautiful episode.
Killed my wallet, but
disclaimer: we don't actually have a Patreon yet.
What? But you told me.
Yeah, I lied.
How could you?
We're not making.
You're my brother. I loved you. Okay, fair enough.
I hate you like I hate sand.
You're nice and coarse everywhere, but the first toy I will highlight is continuing the 40th anniversary Black Series is the R2-D2.
Which we should clarify is a Star Wars character.
Yes.
BB-8's father when he made it with the Death Star.
Yeah.
That's how that happened, right?
That's in what's that new novel?
Forces of Droid the Skippy.
Mm-hmm. Forces of Droids, 1985.
Yeah.
So I got R2, which is I think I may have mentioned it last episode. Him and Han Solo are the rare figures for this 40th anniversary, because I figured out why. It's because they're only doing one per pack.
Oh.
So recently I was at Target, for instance, today looking around. No 40th anniversary toys there except for Princess Leia. Yeah. And I would have thought that would have been one of the more difficult ones to find. But I've been reading on different sites that they're been making just an insane quantity of Leia figures for this particular line. So,
given recent events, it kind of makes sense too.
Yeah. But also, I could see at the same time, due to that, where they would kind of want to, maybe not do the one per pack like Han and R2, but just do a small number and make that because I could have seen that figure going for $100 easily,
Oh,
just
yeah.
because due to Leia and everything with Carrie. But
But I mean, when you really think about it, Disney and Hasbro don't make money on secondhand
No.
eBay sales.
No.
So if they're gonna sell a bunch of these, they're gonna make a bunch of them.
exactly. But I stumbled upon this one at our local Walmart. Believe it or
Wow.
not.
No Revan, but they've got R2D2.
Yeah. Yeah, they got this rare R2D2. I think it's only the second Black Series of R2.
Wow.
Maybe the first or second wave of Black Series ever. They had an R2, which is pretty rare to find as well now. So I found that. I was looking, which I got this toy I'm pointing at. I'll mention in a second. I found that
Cool.
there and didn't see 40th anniversary at first. Then did another quick little glance. It's like, oh, cool. Looked, kept looking. Luke, Ben, Leia. Oh, I already got those. Then I'll check to see what's in the very back. R2. Looked
Nice.
around, made sure I wasn't dreaming. Moved those toys out of the way, got that one off, and
How do you know you're not
got
dreaming now?
got a steal for. Oh, I definitely am.
Okay, good.
Because this podcast is too good to be real.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was dreaming when I last out of the loop.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But I found this. I got R2 for $20. Really happy with that one. And then the other toy I got this was all on May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Of course.
I picked up the Han Solo diecast, the 40th anniversary that we've mentioned in the past. So that was
Previous episode.
that was a cool figure to find. I've been seeing more of them just at GameStops, Walmart's, Targets. They're not going to be that rare to find, but it was cool to find.
It's a nice display piece.
Oh yeah, I'll probably will take this one out of the box eventually. I just, like I've said on pretty much every show, I just don't have a lot of room to display right now. It's easier to keep everything in the box. So
Makes sense.
yeah, I remember when I first brought the news up a few episodes back that I wasn't like totally crazy about the articulation,
Yeah.
but I think it looks fine, especially for $15.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I remember we were both sold on Vader, and like
yeah, and
you said you were
having
gonna
that
get one anyways,
that
it's-
40th anniversary, that like symbol that they're
Yeah.
having on everything now, that's definitely a collector's item, no
shiny
matter what.
Silver seal. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good year for Star
yeah, I
Wars.
would have liked to gotten that shirt at Celebration with that symbol, but
Yeah.
if only it wasn't 3 or 4 hours, I could have got one. So those are the two I bought Force Friday, and then my last one to talk about real quick, which is my most excited.
I can tell.
I've got the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot Celebration exclusive. And this is the toy that people were sleeping overnight for, sleeping on concrete grounds. Our
I can see why.
fellow podcaster Chris from Swick was one of those guys that slept overnight for this toy.
It's like a different kind of. It's from one
Yeah,
thing
it's
to-
got the you're holding Luke and R2 now.
Yeah.
Just look at the packaging.
The packaging is way different. Like
Yeah.
Luke's is shiny, like
Yep.
a shiny Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I was trying to think of a comparison. That's a good one.
I said Pokemon card, but I played Yu-Gi-Oh more.
Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Yeah, very gay.
Well,
Doesn't have the like other available ones on the
yeah,
back.
because it's not directly in that first wave, and that's how the R5D4 is. It's the GameStop exclusive. Which I was trying to find that. But yeah, I'm really happy with that one. What happened was Hasbro's toy shop online, they've been doing kind of these flash sales.
Yeah.
They just did one recently with Revan that I missed because I'm not awake at 8 a.m.
For some
But,
reason.
Yeah. I got lucky with the Luke one because I was off work that day. It was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just happened to be on surfing the web doing my daily website checks. It was on one of the Star Wars websites, and it said, "Hurry, Luke X-Wing Celebration exclusive in stock." Clicked it. Usually when you do that, it says, "Sorry, this item's out of stock."
Yeah.
Got it. $25. Add to cart fast.
Oh, hell yeah.
Check out. Got it. And then within 2 days, it was at my door.
That is a quick delivery.
Yeah. So just overall, I thought I was going to have to wait a good week just to get it, and I got it 2 days later.
That's.
So I was
That's a very successful hunt right there.
Yeah, because I checked the prices on eBay for them, and they're well into the hundreds.
Yeah.
And then that's not, that's with the starting bid.
Yeah.
Some, depends on who the seller is, but your average, if you don't get them in these flash sales, because I got it for $25, plus shipping and tax and all that. But
Right.
yeah, I was really happy with that. So that was my big one. And I told you before we recorded, I kind of had Han Solo 40th anniversary. Ordered him on a website for like $30-something. They said your order would be shipped like May 3rd or something.
Right.
Kept waiting like another week, 2 weeks. And I think it fell under the category of all these pre-orders that different sites have been having. They've been having to cancel them.
Wow.
Because they haven't been making enough. And Han, like I mentioned with R2, is one of those figures that
Do you want to?
they weren't ready.
Do you want to call this site out for their bullshit?
Kmart.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have
They're a
even.
dying company anyway.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even gotten duped by him in the first place. It was too good to be true. Like, why would Kmart have Han? But
Yeah.
fell for the bait. Man, so that's still going to be, along with Revan, my number one hunt.
Yeah,
I was holding out for Revan because there were rumors that it was going to be on Hasbro, which it was. But maybe they'll do another one again. So
Yeah,
those are.
Yeah, I just had to cave and get it for the 30 myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I think a couple of days after we talked, I had seen it on that side. I was like, ooh, I'll hold out for this because I was feeling a little, I was getting a little cocky after I had
Right.
scored Luke. So I was like, I can do Revan. This is nothing. So those are my spotlights.
Very
Pretty
nice.
happy with them.
Yeah, I really, really like what they did with the
Yeah,
Luke,
that's
especially
what I
with-
was saying. Like with the 40th
Yeah, these
anniversary,
Are
these are the ones that deserve to be in the box.
Yeah, even I would keep. them
Yeah,
in the
you
box.
kind of have to.
Yeah, because like that's most of the selling point is the
Yeah.
old Kenner style box.
And with them still being available at Target, Walmart on a pretty consistent basis, I'm sure you can at least get one,
I even
if
saw
not
them at
more.
Walgreens.
Yeah, Walgreens. Some Walgreens. I don't know if our local ones were doing them, but some Walgreens have been selling them for $10.
Wow.
Like the Luke, Ben's, and Leia's.
I
You cannot beat that.
No, I was at our Walgreens not long ago looking for one of these stupid little spinner things, and yeah, I saw them there, but they were like 20, which is still not bad, but
Oh, yeah.
that's standard. But
Yeah, that's how much I paid for them in Orlando.
Yeah, but I guess speaking of Black Series for $10,
Yeah.
when I was at Target, last week, second viewing of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and all that.
Low budget film.
Yeah, indie movie, probably never heard of it. I noticed that they were selling Black Series for like $9.60 something,
Yeah.
and most of them were like Cassian, which I already have, thanks to you, and
You're welcome.
the like Snow Trooper, the Sand Trooper, some kind of trooper, which is fine. I really only like the main Stormtrooper and like Death Trooper type designs and stuff, and TIE Fighter, but I happened across the one and only remaining Krennic.
Yeah. That's one I need.
Yeah. And
I saw him there today. I just kind of low on my funds right now,
Yeah.
as I discussed.
Yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, I picked him up.
He's probably my favorite Rogue One, like just figure.
I think
And
he might be one of my favorite characters in the movie, period.
yeah, well, yeah. On top of being an awesome character in the movie, I really loved his look even before the movie came out when they were
Yeah.
showing the concepts and
Split cape
showing
and
the
stuff.
art. I really like that white cape.
Yeah. I don't like it so much on the figure, I'll be perfectly
Okay.
honest. Because we come kind of in the whole model kit Vader
Yeah, there
problem.
is that, and
It is just...
he's
a
falling
hump of
over.
plastic. Yeah, he doesn't stand very well either. But, he doesn't always wear the cape in the movie, so
Mhm.
without it, he's still pretty great. The same kind of, range of movement as you'd expect in a Black Series.
Exactly.
Double jointed knees and all that. I'll let you hold him. I have actually
Ooh, I'm holding
modified this one
Krennic.
just slightly. As you can see, the hair has some brown in it. Whereas, because, like, he has a little brown in his hair.
He does.
Whereas the stock figure was just all like this really like brownish gray. So I just put a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of
looks nice.
Thank you.
Directal critic.
Yeah. So I might look into getting some kind of like custom cloth cape for him, just so I can put him in more better poses. Presumably, I'm gonna at least get the choke on your ambitions pose.
Oh yeah,
down.
of course. You got to get that 40th anniversary Vader.
Yeah.
The legacy pack.
That one will stay in the box, but
Yeah,
I'll use the
it
model
has
kit
to.
Vader for this
Yeah, I
thing
know.
I just said. But yeah, I'll probably get that. If I get a Black Series Vader at all, it'll be that one.
Yeah, that Vader's. I showed you the other day when we were on a hunt.
Yeah,
Man,
it was.
Looked awesome.
The detailing was pretty close to the model kit. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1978 all over again.
Yeah.
With some of these.
It was like, it wasn't as shiny, but it was a New Hope Vader, and mine is Empire Vader. So,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah, if I pick up a Black Series Vader, it'll be definitely that one. But yeah, Krennic, he comes with a little gun, and obviously I took mine out of the box, because...
You got to.
Yeah.
Gots to, man.
I gotta... I've even just kind of fiddled around with having him hold a lightsaber just cuz.
You never know. We don't know his whole backstory yet, so...
I mean, all we know is that he was maybe from Space Australia.
Yeah, maybe he was a youngling at Jedi Academy.
Yeah, we might have...
Maybe he escaped.
Catalyst picks up, like...
Even though he would have been really old then, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Catalyst picks up with him, like, in his, like, maybe 20s, so, he could have been a Jedi at one point.
I can't recall. How old is he supposed to be in Rogue One? Do you remember?
I don't know, but just going by the looks of him, I'd say in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Probably 50s. Early 50s.
If not in his 50s already, definitely pushing towards there.
Yeah, late 40s, early 50s for
Yeah.
sure. I just love I love the design of the character, and for Black Series especially, the likeness on the face is pretty well done. They've been kind of improving with that lately.
They've stepped their game up since Force Awakens ones came out.
Yeah, like the Leia that they did previously, the eyes would always look kind of wonky, and in the new run they look a lot better.
Yeah. When I brought my 40th anniversary Leia over in the previous wave of Black Series, you can tell a big difference.
Oh yeah, because I think we were able to have them just side by side and look
Yeah.
at them, and it's.
Now both
improvement.
figures I was pleased with, but you could just tell the detailing with the 40th, just how much better it was.
Yeah, they're stepping up their game. So good on you, Hasbro.
It's weird praising Hasbro a lot.
Yeah, I don't
because it was because of them I got the Luke.
Yeah. Oh, maybe in the rest of this
they
episode,
will.
some room for
They'll come and fail us or do something. But
Yeah.
as of right now, enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, it probably won't even last this whole episode. But we'll get to that later.
In terms of Star Wars, I guess it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got bigger and better things to conquer this episode.
So, that's Krennic. Really good. I think he could use a stand. If I get another Elite Series along the line, I'll probably just give him the stand from that one, because the Elite Series actually stand on their own fairly well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not much bad we can say about Elite Series over here.
Yeah, no. Like, my only minor criticism is the lack of movement, but it's die-cast.
Yeah, it's not really what you don't get with the mobility and Elite you make up for with Black Series.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of
and if you're collecting both, so
yeah, exactly.
it kind of works itself out.
And I mean, they're in the same scale. They display well next to each other. So if you want the look of one better than the other, you can just buy them and put them on the shelf next to each other.
It's a great time to be a collector.
It is. So anything coming out that you want to get, or just that you've seen? You got your eye on?
Just on recent hunts, I've been just kind of doing the regular stuff. I've been looking more into what your topic will of become, just due to some certain films coming out this summer.
Yeah, well,
I've been checking out more Marvel toys. Not that I'm going to get, like Spider-Man Homecoming stuff or even Guardians, but I remember I pointed out to you all just kind of how disappointed I was with the cheaper Homecoming toys. Just the look is just very kind of juvenile.
I think those are the ones aimed at kids. Like I didn't see a Marvel Legends type Homecoming toy yet. So
no, but there are some I would still like that could be affordable, because I think Green Lantern 2011 did a good job with theirs, even though people kind of hated the movie.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I actually did like that toy line.
I don't have much of a memory of that toy line because I wasn't really seriously collecting then.
I wasn't either. I just remember I would still, even when I wasn't into collecting as much, I would still every once in a while just casually go down the aisle and check out what Star Wars stuff they had, and superheroes, and whatever movie was coming out that time period. But I do remember the Green Lantern stuff standing out. But overall, just a couple pop figures I want to get coming up. Makes sense. Yeah, and then we'll probably do a pop episode sometime in the near future.
Might even have the whole Pasty Pale gang.
Yeah, might get a Pasty Pale Pop Productions coming at you.
Yeah, Pasty Pale Pop Production pretty soon, maybe.
A lot of P's in there.
Yeah. Mind your P's and Q's. I never understood what that meant.
I don't either.
It's a thing people say, so,
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
But enough about that.
All right.
That's pretty much the main stuff I've been doing. I don't know about you.
I've got my eye on. I know at least twice on this show I've showcased the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT Goku model kits that I picked up. The Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 4, they're more or less the same figure except different torso and hair. But there's a $25 Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta I want to get. And it's, it's a model kit like this one. And it's kind of, I almost don't have the option not to buy it. Because there's a thing, I don't know, you haven't watched the series yet, but do you know anything about fusion in the show?
Refresh me.
Alright.
Do the quickie. Give me a quickie.
Alright. Two characters can combine, and to do so they have like a special little dance they do. And Goku and Vegeta both come with special hands and, articulation for that, like, the poses in that dance. So, the fact that I've got Goku able to do the fusion dance and I don't have Vegeta is just eating away at me inside.
Yeah, you gotta have, can't have one.
Exactly.
If you don't have the other.
Which is weird because they haven't even put out a model kit of the character that they fuse into yet, but whatever. I'm sure it's in the pipeline.
Let them do them, man.
Yeah, and then they've announced more of those. Like there's Super Saiyan Vegeta. There's a regular Goku, Trunks, and then Trunks' Time Machine, which is gonna be like insane because that'll be huge. Like probably as tall as this particular thing here,
yes.
But really wide. And
nice.
Yeah. And I guess that's all of what I'm looking forward to without getting into our next topic.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking forward to since we were texting about 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
That's what got me through my whole shift at work.
That's what got me through.
Wanted to listen to this interview.
I don't know. I didn't do anything today, but it got me through that.
What about that nice little workout session you had tonight?
I don't like to brag.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
you're the strongest guy in this room, including your toys.
That's just not true.
Okay, you might be a close second to some of your certain toys I'm looking around in here.
Yeah, Optimus would kick my ass.
Probably.
And that's our segue.
Woo!
So, what are we talking about?
We are talking about customization.
Woo!
And specifically, a few of the toys you have pointed out for this special topic tonight.
I have 3, and I might actually grab another one after, when we're done with these 3, if, depending on time. But
sounds good.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, I like to customize toys, especially Transformers and Gundams. Like, if it's a Transformer, I'll either customize it to represent a character that we don't have a toy of, or just to closer represent the character on screen, because like the toy will have a lot of details wrong. And I've kind of got
just like that Krennic, for instance.
Yeah,
just
like,
something small and minor like that.
That was some foreshadowing.
Yeah, go. Just kind of make it into your interpretation and what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, because sometimes like Hasbro.
Oh, now we're gonna say no.
Nah, I know it's not always their fault, because sometimes designs change and we already got all these toys made. We changed this thing. Well, whatever, shove it out. And that's probably what happened in this case right here, which is the first real custom Transformer I've done.
Now, when did you do this one, you'd think?
I was living in Lexington, Canada.
Okay. Yeah,
so I think it was about
a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it was about 2013, early 2014.
Yeah.
I think it was
good year.
I think it was more 2013, and it's from the series Transformers Prime, the best Transformers fiction there is, hands down.
I would agree with that, even though I know hardly anything compared to you about it, but
yeah,
of what little I do know.
It's the Clone Wars of Transformers.
Yeah. Of the things I do know, I will agree with that.
The writing is like on par with Clone Wars, and it's also a CGI cartoon like Clone Wars.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, the third season came around, and they kind of did they incorporated stuff from like Beast Wars in it, because it was called Beast Hunters.
I used to have some Beast War toys.
I don't think I did.
I have no idea where they are now, but I remember having a couple.
And I have a bit of a reputation for bashing Beast Wars. I hold no ill will towards Beast Wars. Let me just say that. It just wasn't for me.
Is that how you became famous?
Yes.
You were the anti-Beast Wars guy?
That's what I was known for. But I don't necessarily hate the idea of Transformers transforming into animals, that's not the only thing in the show. But anyways, they release Optimus Prime gets an upgrade in season 3, Transformers Prime Beast Hunters. So they push out this new figure to coincide with that. The problem is that there's a lot of problems.
Problematic,
yeah.
I must say.
For starters, he comes with the Star Saber, but it looks like nothing like the one on the show. And it's like green for some reason. He's got like a head with with this like faceplate open, and he kind of looks like a monkey. Optimus Prime is a monkey. I don't like that at all.
The Leia monkey face.
Yeah, it was Optimus Prime Leia monkey face.
Okay.
And I guess worst of all, there were these weird he had like prongs sticking out of his chest right here, like. No one can see this hand motion I'm making, but it looks like this.
It's a really good hand motion, by the way.
Thank you.
Looks like you've done it a time or two.
Nah. So, aside from all that, the color was like a weird kind of orangey red. It didn't look great, so...
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm not dying. So, I painted the whole thing over, except for the blue. I left the blue as just fine. Painted all the red over in a more kind of a little darker, more crimson type red. The windshield right here was like a bright green. And normally I love that, but
yeah, just not on that particular.
It doesn't represent the character, so I painted in black. A third-party company called Dr. Wu actually made a much more accurate version of the Star Saber, which he's holding right now.
Yes, and people, please go back and listen to our third-party episode, which was episode I don't remember.
2 or 3.
Okay.
I might even go into more detail this episode than then, honestly. But yeah, the Dr. Wu Saber painted these wings here, gave them little stripes just to bring out some of the details more. Completely new head. Bought that off of Shapeways, which is a website that'll 3D print things. A lot of people use it to make little trinkets, I'll put a little thing for a necklace, and Lego. There's a lot of Lego stuff, but like Transformer fans make parts to fix toys that Hasbro hasn't done right. So, on top of all that, like, yeah, she completely shaped Shapeways head. It comes in all white. I actually painted this all myself.
Very impressive.
Thank you. And then went in with like a silver Sharpie and just added more silver details to bring out more of the molded in details, because the molds are great. It's just that, except for the weird like fork chest thing.
Yeah.
The mold is great. So like if you just go in and paint some of the details, you really bring out a lot of it.
Oh yeah, because just looking at it now, I wish I could see a before,
Yeah.
picture or something, or have, whatever, just to see all the details and designs, because, I'm uneducated with this kind of thing, and I always find it fascinating when we get people just like yourself doing it and kind of making it your own thing while totally not going away from the original concept. Okay, I'm looking at a picture now, and it is, quite different.
Yeah.
This one's just much more, the original is much more bright and flashy, but I can see, after looking at both, products right now, how the black one just makes it look harder. It just goes harder.
Goes hard.
It goes ham.
Yeah. And there's the sword in the
Yeah.
original version compared to the one that I got, third party. See if I can't just pull up a quick design of...
It was a fun third party indeed.
And this right here is what the actual character looks like.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see... Still not exactly, because just, not all the details are in the mold. But
Yeah, that original toy was way off.
Yeah.
Looking at what it's really supposed to be based off of.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, you can tell it's meant to be that, but...
Yeah, you can definitely tell that's it, but just...
Yeah, it's not the
If
best.
I'm going in to buy that character, I want it to look pretty similar.
Yeah.
So... Anything else you want to touch on that specific figure?
Not much else really to add to it. There were like little gun things that I lost in one of the many times I moved recently.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I've done to that. Is I just improved on what they had and brought out the details that they just didn't have the guts to bring out or something. I don't know. I don't know.
They were scared. They're scared to do it all.
Yeah. If it's not bright enough, kids won't buy it.
True. Flash, and more flash.
Yeah.
Now.
The Takara version, the Japanese equivalent to Hasbro with Transformers, is a little better, but it's still got the weird monkey face and it's an improvement.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. All right. Next, I got this one here. It is a completely custom paint job with a few altercations based on... the original toy was the 2014 Evasion Mode Optimus Prime from whatever the last one was called. I don't remember.
The last movie?
Yeah. Age of Extinction.
Yeah, Age of Extinction, yeah. I was struggling to remember, too. I was like, Revenge of the Fallen? No, that's not
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Transformers Revenge of the Sith is what this is from.
No!
You're supposed to destroy the Decepticons.
Where
not join
is
them.
Optimus? Is he safe? Is he all right?
Nah.
He's a scientist.
I'm afraid in his anger, he decided he could fly and just went into space.
That mashup needs to happen now.
Yeah. So, what I've done with this, as you can see, fully new paint job.
Yeah, that's one I could guess that
it's not even...
had some paint work done.
Yeah. It's not meant to represent the same Optimus Prime. Because there's a bit of an obscure kind of subset of, like, Transformers fiction called Shattered Glass. Which, if you've seen...
There's a really bad movie called Shattered Glass. That's why I'm chuckling over here.
This is probably better than that.
I don't know.
If you're familiar with the mirror episodes of Star Trek or Earth 3 from the DC universe, you get the concept. It's the same characters, but the sides are reversed. So Autobots are evil, Decepticons are the good guys. So what we've got here is evil Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
He has his red is replaced with purple, his blue is black, and then out of personal choice, I just decided to make all of his silver gold. Most of his silver gold, not quite all of it. And then, before I did the paint job, I actually took some, like, pliers and just cut some pieces off just to make it look battle damaged. As you can see, like, some asymmetrical parts are here. I even took a lighter and melted it just to kind of give it that, like, almost like he's been lightsabered.
Yeah, you know, he's seen some things. He's been in some battles.
Yeah. He's
had some nurses take care of him afterwards.
He's been in some lava planet fights.
Yeah.
And hit people with glowing sticks.
But did he have the high ground? That's all I got to know.
I don't think he did.
Mm.
That's why he's missing a bit of his kneecap and whatever this thing is.
I thought he was just clumsy.
Something about Megatron being his brother, and I hate you.
Yeah.
Decided just for the sake of giving him a weapon, I bought the purple version of the same Dr. Wu Star Saber as the Beast Hunters Optimus Prime, as you can see. And the face right here is actually a bit of an interesting story behind that, because much like Beast Hunter Optimus Prime, for some reason they shipped him out without the faceplate. Like, because in the movie he'll pull it back sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you buy the toy, you want Optimus with the faceplate because he's always had it.
Yeah, that's just the classic.
You don't want to see Optimus's face. You want to see it covered with like a plate.
Yeah.
So, on the forum website, tfw2005.com, which is a Transformers forum, I actually came across a user who had, there was one version of this mold that had the faceplated face. All of them had the one without it, but there was one, special edition in some kind of 2-pack with Grimlock or something that had the faceplate, and he was, making resin copies of it. So he was, making a mold of it himself and, selling them to people, and I was like, hey, I'll take one. I need 2 of them. I got, I want a blue one, and then I want a black one, and he was like, okay.
Did he charge outrageous for it?
No, I think it was shipping plus a couple bucks. So
okay, yeah, because I've been on different websites and forums like that in the past, and have come across really cool custom figures. It's usually movies that maybe NECA or a Sideshow or something did it, but I just don't want to pay $100 or $200. And I know I could get it cheaper, through a custom person, especially on eBay, and I've looked into those in the past. So, but the reason I asked is because a lot of people who do those customs kind of just up the price because they can. No one else is doing it, and people will still buy them. So that's why I was curious.
Yeah, he was pretty cool about it. I think all in all, because I got 2 of them, because I got a blue one for another version of this mold. I have 3. It's a really good toy, but
it is quite nifty, I must say.
So for the 2 of those and shipping, I think it was maybe a little more than $10, which is really not bad.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I do like the colors you did with it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I like that purple and gold, just kind of.
Because you're a big fan of Frieza, right?
Yeah. Sure. It's also my elementary and middle school colors for my school.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Dave.
I've seen that school, and those are those colors.
Indeed.
And, really not.
He wasn't our mascot, though, unfortunately.
Dave wasn't?
Dave wasn't, and Optimus. So.
I would have loved to see Dave in an Optimus Prime. In a purple and gold.
It can still happen.
Prime. Yeah. We'll make it happen.
We can make it happen.
I'll make it happen. Yeah, other than that, really not much really changed done to this one. Just a basic paint job, and I added some kind of weathering, you can see some kind of silver where it looks like his paint has been scraped off.
Yep. Well, that's the simplicity of it. You're saying that you really didn't do much besides the paint job, but to me, that's that's awesome. It just looks that much cooler with
Thank
it.
you.
I don't know how long it took you to do it, but the end result was pretty awesome.
I think a couple days maybe.
Yeah.
The really big thing with...
It's just, it's just always been a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
Just wait and see type thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the Beast Hunter, I painted it a lot by hand, but with this one, I actually disassembled it and spray painted it, so it took a little longer. Yeah. But it gets a bit of a nicer effect. Like, you can just kind of tell the paint looks a little nicer on this one. Really no other altercations to the figure itself. It's the same figure, just different paint, different visual look to it, but maintains all the articulation and everything. And Invasion Mode Optimus Prime was my favorite thing out of that whole toy line. Which is why I bought 3 of them.
That explains it.
Yeah. And I guess that brings us to...
Getting the big granddaddy. That's what I've been looking at all episode.
Yeah. So... Alright, so this one is probably my most extensive mod.
I'll say.
It's a couple years ago, and I think you can still buy some of the toys from it. Hasbro's doing what's called Combiner Wars.
Okay. The
whole gimmick was, and I've probably talked about it on here before, you had your Voyager class, which could basically transform into a torso. You can kind of see another version of it right over here.
Yes, I see. The baby version.
Yeah. And then you get 4 deluxe class, and they can transform into limbs, and each one can transform into an arm or a leg, so it doesn't matter which 4 you get. I got 2 of each here just for, some symmetry. But the base Optimus Prime itself has, for one thing, completely been painted.
Yeah.
I actually gave it a base coat of silver and then went over it in the colors just to kind of give it that metallic, painted metal type look. The feet, head, this little dude out on the chest here.
Yep.
And even, certain parts of the legs are all shapeways.
Really?
Yeah. 3D printed and then completely painted myself. You can kind of see, the more grainy looking pieces. Right here it looks,
Yep. Yeah, that's your pointed out.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm in a museum. You're the tour guide right now.
And then, the thighs. So this is Combiner Wars.
It's got some meat on those bones.
A little bit of thunder thighs in Optimus. Again, shout out to a guy who goes by the name John Bonhamatron, which I know John Bonham was some kind of music thing.
Yes. Led Zeppelin's drummer. Rest in peace.
He...
You wouldn't know about music, would you?
No, I hate music.
Yeah.
And anime.
Yeah.
But, but this guy, nowadays, he's actually, working with third-party developers and making, legit mass-produced products, but back then he was doing stuff for Shapeways. And he actually, thanks to my maybe pestering, I don't want to say.
No, expertise.
Yeah.
Guidance.
He produced...
Knowledge.
He produced this custom head right here, which is based on Armada Optimus Prime from Transformers Armada, which is the first series I really watched.
Okay.
Super Mode. His whole thing was... It was an Optimus Prime that, he transformed it from the truck, but he could also combine with his trailer. We saw a variation of that in movie 3, but this one was more, badass, because he got really, really tall. Like this.
Yeah, this toy figure, man, is massive.
Yeah. And then you can even see these little cannons here on his shoulders.
Gotta be one of your biggest ones.
It might be...
I see the other ones over there that are really big, too.
I think this might be... If not my tallest, my second tallest Optimus.
I definitely believe that.
Yeah, these little shoulder cannons actually, in his little base robot mode, turn into, forearm-mounted little guns. I'm going to just, disassemble them here, so keep talking while I do this thing.
Alright, he's disassembling people. I'm still in awe of all this. Thank you all for listening once again. This is the time we would have an ad, but we don't have an ad yet.
Hasbro sponsor us.
Hasbro sponsor us. And as always, thank you for joining the Reverend Spaceman Dwellers Toy Aisle.
I haven't touched this thing in almost a year, so I'm trying to remember even how to do it.
That's what he said.
Yeah. But not me.
That's what Dave said to you the other day, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's a completely different thing.
Oh. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you can go with it, or if you can come back.
If I want to go anywhere with it.
or if...
Optimus, you ain't got no legs.
That almost sounded like Dale Gribble.
Hey, you're right. He's over there fidgeting.
Yeah,
looking like Mark Wahlberg in episode 4 of Transformers.
I think I found a Transformer.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Seeing the Rev at work. It's a thing of art and beauty. Canadian beauty.
Eh? I want to bang that 16-year-old, eh? I'm pretty sure that's all that movie was about.
More or less.
Yeah.
So good.
I appreciate
it's good.
it. I appreciate it.
You were just upset it wasn't titled Canadian Beauty. You felt it was being racist towards your home.
Yeah, everything that's not Canadian is racist.
Canadian Beauty starring Justin Bieber.
Well, that's Oscar gold right there.
You're transforming. He's still transforming people.
Alright. So, this is what it looks like without all those extra combiner limbs.
Still looks pretty awesome.
And, once again, shout out to John Bonamatron for this completely custom chest piece right here. You can actually, it clips on there. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's the base chest.
Ooh, yeah.
And then this one here is just to make it look a little closer to Armada Optimus Prime, because that's, what I was going for with this. The head's been painted a little bit. The eyes are yellow, because that's what the color they were in that series, just to kind of more closely evoke it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't have the base figure to compare, but there's a little bit of added height in the thighs, so it just makes them a little taller, gives them more proportion. Because the original version of this figure was, again, it was fine. It was just weirdly proportioned because he had these really long arms and his legs were kind of stumpy, and it had the potential, but it definitely needed modification. That's why I love the third-party stuff and Shapeways and the fan community for Transformers.
It needed the revness.
Yeah. These come right off. They're when he transforms into a truck, I'm not going to do that because we're going on an hour, but they would clip on right here, just become
That'll be on the uncensored show.
Yeah,
the uncut.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. Extra minutes.
Yeah, they become the smokestacks, which is just kind of a cool little touch.
Nice. Yes. A lot you can do with how tall it is to even bring it down to more relative height, and then still have all these crazy awesome features that I would never know or would break trying to discover.
This one's definitely the pride and joy of my custom Transformers collection. It's
a great one to end on.
Yeah. Besides that, I guess the only other real modification is I bought some third-party hands and feet for it. Because the default ones are they're fine.
Yeah, the feet look newer.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess.
Well, I didn't paint these parts.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying just where from.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you've had it, but
a couple years now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big thing with the default hands and feet for because each deluxe figure, which can transform into a limb, comes with this gun that can turn into a hand or a foot. The problem is they're it's the same size, so the feet always look a little small or the hands look a little big. So a third-party company, I want to say they're called Perfect Effect. I think that's their name, Perfect Effect. Put out these special hands and feet that, are proportionate. They've even got fully articulated fingers.
Now we're talking business.
Yeah. And then the last thing, I got a movie Optimus sword off of Shapeways, as you can see here.
Yeah. You and your swords, I'll tell you.
I like robots with swords.
Yes. If I'm going to have my robots, I want some swords with them.
Yeah, I mean, guns are alright, Terminator's a cool robot with a sword, but
yeah,
if you're going like a Japanese style, like Optimus Prime or a Gundam, they gotta have some kind of sword.
The Megazord.
Yeah, the Megazord and its Megasword. I think that's what it was called, right? Probably. Ooh. It might have been. I don't know, but it did have a sword.
Yeah.
And Voltron has a sword.
Swords are in, man.
And he just claps his fists together and makes it out of nothing. It's awesome.
I envy that.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. So yeah, I've done other customs.
Yeah.
Where
I guess I want to touch on a few brief little questions. Yeah, our little interview portion. I want to, because I know we say follow your Instagram, Reverend Spaceman, but if you're into this or just admire it like me, just from an outsider, I could never do this kind of stuff. I wouldn't mind trying it out one day just to see.
Never know till you try.
Yeah, I mean, I was never creative growing up, and I'm more of the boring collector. I want to buy all this cool stuff and display it, and then there, you've got the cool art, articulate creator like yourself that gets all these things and then wants to make the modifications to make it your version, which is really cool to see. So I guess the main reason I wanted to bring this topic up today and spotlight some of the cool toys you've done with what kind of motivated you to do this. I know. You're over there, man. You're a whole another color.
Yeah.
But I guess what kind of got you... what got the revving is what I'm trying to ask.
I guess my engine I really started revving my Harley. Batman.
Kickstart my heart.
I think what really got it for me was... Because my first one here is the Beast Hunter Optimus Prime.
Yeah, so, that one's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
It's your first timer.
Yeah.
I was going to... Yeah. Jinx.
Yeah, I guess that kind of jump-started... Cheers. That kind of got it started for me because I liked the show a lot, and I'd been on the TFW forums for a little while just to follow news for new toys, but
exactly.
I noticed that they had a section called Radicons, which is all about, custom stuff.
Radical, dude.
Yeah. A lot of it is pretty radical. Dude. So, yeah. For shizzle. And just kind of browsing that, I saw that people had, taken a lot of the toys that I had at the time and, I was like, oh, these are, they're fine as they are. And then seeing what people had done with them and seeing how they, could really bring out the details in a mold, nonetheless, extensively modify something to the point that it's almost unrecognizable as the toy it began as, that got me thinking, well, I draw stuff. Maybe I can, maybe that skill. Yeah, because
I knew you had a history of kind of, being an artist.
Yeah.
And, you're always at craft stores and doing the whole 9 yards. So
even if I don't buy anything, I always
just kind of go in there and browse.
In there and, brings back repressed memories for him. It's a laugh for everybody.
Everyone enjoys it. But yeah, I knew your history with drawing, just kind of being creative. I guess it's probably something you always did as a kid. Yeah, I would have guessed.
And I guess I wanted to see if the skill transferred, and really just wanted to see if I could improve upon what I had. So I actually picked up the Beast Hunter Optimus with the intention of modifying it, because I saw it, and then I saw the character on screen, and I immediately saw the disconnect, and I was like, what have other people done with this? Mm-hmm. And I kind of looked into, what other people have been doing. I actually remember communicating with the Shapeways guy who was doing the head. I don't remember his name, but if I can find it, I'll put a link in the description. And he was like, releasing them, and I think it might be this. I think it might have been John Bonham. It might not.
Man,
be.
This dude. I'll tell you what.
It might not have been. I could.
Not only a great drummer, but
there'll be links in the description, unless I forget. I'll try not to, but
upload and edit tonight.
Yeah, if you come across this guy and you just let me know and I'll credit you. But yeah, I bought the head pretty much immediately as it became available, and it was actually pretty hard to do because while most things you can usually unscrew part of it and replace the part, you actually had to remove a pin for this one, and that's a part that's not meant to be taken out.
Oh yeah, if you're going to that measure.
Yeah. Like I had to really dig in there with some pliers and wiggle for a good 5 minutes before that thing came out. And yeah, I just kind of sat disassembled on my desk for a week while I waited for the Shapeways part to come in. And then,
looking at it every day anxiously.
Pretty much, yeah.
Come in already.
It was a torturous time, but I got through it. And I'm
you're a better person for it. Now you have a podcast about it.
That's right.
Knew it would pay off eventually.
Yeah. When I bought that, I was like, you know what? One day, me and Dave's friend Jordan, I bet that guy collects toys. I've only met him once when I worked at the liquor store, but I bet he collects toys, and we're going to talk about him.
Man, you're you're a prophet over there, man.
Yeah, I know. Prophet Space Rev Man.
Sure. Prophet Space Ghost.
Yeah. But yeah, that was... Once I got figured out I could remove a pin fairly, it's time consuming, but it's not that difficult. That just kind of got me thinking, alright, what can I take apart? And if I'm taking something apart, how can I put it back together in a better way? And it just kind of spiraled out of control.
One thing led to another, and before you knew it,
I have a problem.
Yeah. All right, just another little quick question. Now, since you've been doing this for a couple of years, how often do you buy a certain figure intending, you buy it, say, oh, okay, I'm definitely going to make modifications.
Right.
Does that happen a lot, or do you just buy a figure and oh, it looks good, and then the more you look at it, you're like, well, what if I do this, or what if I do that? How often do some of those thoughts occur?
I guess it depends on the toy. If it's a Gundam, I usually buy it with the intention of modifying it.
Yeah.
Because I'll always buy. If I'm gonna make a custom, I'll have a vague idea in mind, and then I'll buy a kit, build it, and then if I like that one, I'll buy another one just so that I have the original Gundam, and then I have one that I can customize. And you can kind of see some of that right over there.
Yeah.
With the green and black one there. Is called. I named it Gundam Entropy. It's. I'm just gonna go grab it.
Go. Be careful. It's coming over now.
Try
almost
spinning.
here.
That's a good trick.
Whoa! Ooh, yeah.
Now, this one here is.
No, I can't tell that's customized.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Oh yeah, it's the most extensive one I've ever done with a Gundam.
Yeah, that green and black is dope.
Thank you.
Dope boy fresh.
And those who have seen my Instagram know that the green is all fluorescent.
Yes, definitely, people. If you're not following this man on Instagram, do so ASAP. Pause the episode. Do whatever you got to do.
I think I'm up to 75.
Yeah,
followers.
you're missing out on some good stuff.
Yeah. So, quick rundown. A lot of this was leftover parts I had from other kits. These shoulder pads here are actually arm shields from.
One of those.
Yeah. From the Wing Gundam. You can't quite see it from here, but it's up there.
I trust you.
Yeah. So I had two of those left over just because there's so many variations on that one and leftover sprues and all that. I talked about that a little bit in the last episode or so. The arms come from another Gundam called the Turn A Gundam, which is my personal favorite. The base is called the High New Gundam, which is also kind of tied for my favorite. So that's why I just kind of combined the two for this one. The backpack here is called the Dark Matter Booster, which comes from a completely different kit, but you can buy it separately by itself, just the backpack.
Yeah.
Part I'm the most proud of here is this sword.
Yeah.
If you can't notice a theme here.
No, not at all.
This, I made from scratch.
I believe it.
Like, the handle here comes from these little plastic disposable brushes you can get at Michael's, like hobby brushes that are meant to just paint really thin lines. And they just happen to be the perfect size for a Gundam to hold, so I was like, oh, I'm going to do something with that. The hilt right here comes from shoulder pads again from the Wing Gundam.
Yes.
And then the blade, that's actually kind of... This one's kind of interesting. If you've ever worked in retail, you've gotten like a pallet or something off of the truck, and it's like... It's got this like plastic stuff kind of tied around it.
Yeah.
So I snuck some of that home. They're going to throw it away anyway, you know.
Yeah.
It was garbage. I was like, I'll keep a little bit of this.
It's garbage. Throw it away.
Yeah. Your sword is filthy. Take it off.
Quit poking me with it. It hurts, but feels kind of good.
I don't like it, but I don't like that I like it.
Yeah.
Split's a good movie.
Stiff.
So, I took some of that home, cut it to about this length, and then kind of shaped it to a sword, sort of, and then just like glued two halves of it together. You can kind of see the seam here for it. Mm-hmm. This is actually based on a sword called Flowing Sword from a game I played called Phantasy Star Online.
Good game.
It is. Not a fan of the sequel, but...
Me either.
That's neither here nor there. So I kind of made this as an homage to that. And then the stand it's on is just like... I didn't do anything to the stand, it's just a stand. It's a display stand, but it's here, I'm talking about it.
You didn't build it from scratch?
No.
It's one of this long backstory with the stand.
It's just a stand.
Alright. I can accept that.
And otherwise, the thing, the thing I kind of did is glued beam sabers into these shields so they kind of poke out here and just kind of give it a kind of like a sort of tattered wing aesthetic silhouette. But yeah, that's not my first, but that's my most extensive custom Gundam.
Yeah, it's beyond extraordinary. Definitely, I would be proud of that one. Yeah, for sure.
That's why I had to roll over and get it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did in the episode. Yeah. But anything else you kind of want to mention or touch on? This is just kind of your time now. So,
yeah. I guess quote unquote looking forward? Question mark to the last night.
Yeah.
I do want to get the Voyager Optimus Prime from this one, because it looks like a better version of the leader class Optimus Prime, where he like just wore his whole truck on his back. It kind of still looks like he does that, but it like collapses a little bit, and it looks better from what I see. So I'll be picking that up if I can find it for like under $30.
Yeah, and I guess going back to when I teased it at the beginning of the episode, I still want to get one of the Titan returns that we talked about months ago. Probably I will pick up something with the last night. I will probably go to you for a recommendation. What do you think on what you think I should get or what you think I would like? Because I'm more of a Megatron and Optimus. It's probably the favorites for me to collect of the ones I would get. So basic, I know, but I enjoy them.
I mean, that's fine. As you can see over there, I have a lot of Optimus Prime myself, so...
I knew you'd be the Optimus guy.
Yeah, I'll probably get Optimus and Megatron, and maybe Grimlock, because this time around, it's the same toy as from Age of Ultron, or whatever that one's called.
The Extinct Age, or...
The Happening. Transformers.
Mark
Wahlberg.
Let's just start calling it that. It's much easier to know what we're talking about and not getting the titles screwed up.
Being a dad is tough. Optimus, isn't it tough being a dad?
My daughter's hot.
No. Why is that? Why is that better? I'm sorry, your teenage daughter is hot. Yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch that before last night.
Sure.
Just with you to make you go through it again.
I don't hate any of the Transformers movies.
I know.
I kind of enjoy them in the happening kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if I get a Grimlock this time around, it'll be because, like, from that one, from the happening,
yes,
all the toys for him were, like, weirdly orange and yellow colored when he's, like, all kind of gray in the movie. And this time around, they actually got the color right, so, you know, that'll be kind of...
At least they're doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can say anything else.
They are doing that.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be the kind of thing that pushes me over the edge to get one.
Yeah, we've got some stuff planned for the last night.
That's
Just
right.
not only on this podcast, but another crossover.
Do you want to give that a little shout out?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Right.
If you're into movies at all or like hearing about them and going to see them, I started a movie podcast called Mild Mannered Movie Men with with co-host Phil, who's been on Pasty Pale Productions in the past and in our little family of networks, so to speak. So him and I just started that one. We released our first episode on iTunes, so if you are interested in that at all, please go subscribe to that, leave a review, rate it, and we'd greatly appreciate it. We're gonna have some guests on there. We'll have all the pasties on for respective movies, so we can go ahead and announce you'll be on Transformers.
Yeah, that's right.
Shockingly, you will probably be our first guest. So
all right, yeah, that's 5 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up. I'm
I
getting excited for that. Not only just to see it for the review, but I actually do think this looks much better than the last one.
If nothing else, I think the action will be cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want anyway.
Yeah.
So
but yeah,
we got that going on.
I want that, and I want Unicron.
Yeah,
that's all I really care about.
That's all I want in life.
Yeah, kinda.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. Link to Quad M, as I call it, will be in the description, unless I forget. In which case, just
you probably will.
Look it up on Podbean, Mild Mannered Movie Man. It's good. I listen to the intro.
We're on Podbean and iTunes, people. So, and we have Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, all that good stuff. So there's definitely ways to get in touch. So,
yeah,
I guess I can start promoting that as my Facebook and email because my other social media is non-existent.
Yeah,
because I don't care.
Yeah,
but I'll also definitely follow Reverend on Instagram. I know I've said that, but I'm going to keep preaching it, especially for tonight's topic.
We've been trying to get me to 100 since we started this. Once we get there, we'll just stop doing this because we won.
Yeah. Where were you at again when we started?
50?
See?
Maybe even like 45. So
yeah, we've been doing this a little over a half year.
Yeah.
So by the end of the year, let's try for 100. What do you say?
I think I can do it.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, spinner toys. Those are a thing.
Woo!